Hi, fellow pet parents. This is Carol Bryant, and I'm here with another episode of Fidos of Realities, My Heartbeats Dog. Today's topic is something that no matter how old your dog is, no matter how much you think you know about dogs and their well-being and their care, I'm sure in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to find out something that you had no idea about. We're going to talk about how to keep your dog calm without heavy medications. I know that a lot of you, especially if you're watching this in the spring or summer, you're having some issues with your dog, as I have in the past, with fireworks and their reaction, thunder and lightning. Maybe they have separation anxiety, or your dog just doesn't do well with stress. I have a neighbor whose dog gets very afraid when a car backfires, and this program is for you. And if you've got a dog like I do who's cool as a cucumber, I've got products for you as well. So let's spend the next 10 to 15 minutes together. I've got my stunt double Cocker Spaniel here with me so I could show you some products. And we're going to have a really good time. For those of you following in Club Cocker, you're going to listen for 7 magic words that I'm saying throughout this party. And all you have to do is follow the instructions in the post on Club Cocker. Everyone else, I'm going to get you started on keeping your dog stress-free, happy, calm, year-round. And even if you think, like I said, your dog doesn't need any products to stay calm, I've got some that are going to just make your dog happier, healthier in the long run. Okay, so when I tell you that dogs sometimes get afraid of loud sounds, or they might get afraid of thunder, that's kind of common, right? But if you think about it, there are things that dogs also get afraid of. Airplanes. I know some dogs are afraid of that. What if there's an argument going on in your home? What if the TV's on too loud? I know some people feel if they go out on 4th of July and they blast the TV up, that the dog is going to react to that. A dog's sense of hearing is so much stronger than ours that could actually hurt their eardrums. So sometimes we don't know why our dogs get upset. It could be any number of things, especially if you rescued a dog. You might not be sure. Were they abused? Did they go through a situation that caused them to now have some distrust and fears? And that's okay because you're here for them. All right. Dogs who are noise phobic don't always act out by shaking. Their ears might go laid back. Do you ever see a dog when they're upset and suddenly their ears lay back? They might cower. They might shake. They might cling to you. Dogs who are afraid sometimes cling to you. They may freeze. I used to have a Cocker Spaniel, Dexter, who this is his stunt double. He would literally freeze when fireworks went off. And I'll tell you why. I had him out at the curb one day in front of our tree-lined house, a street right in front of our house, and kids on bikes on 4th of July were going by, and they tossed firecrackers his way. I was so upset. It was supposed to be funny to them. If I could get my hands on those kids, it wouldn't have been funny. But ever since that moment, my poor Dexter there was no consoling him when fireworks were going off. And so I knew I had to do something for him that was just more than telling him, well, it's going to be okay. Your dog might sneeze. Your dog might yawn. They might start panting or pacing. They might not want to eat. Dexter would just stop eating. They might lip smack, or they might purse their lips or smack their lips. So what I decided to do was talk to my veterinarian. And unfortunately, in Dexter's case, we had to go on a tranquilizer, literally a sedative during the worst of the worst. For the rest of the year, though, we found something that when thunderstorms would come up or he would hear sounds that were disturbing, they suddenly didn't bother him. And once I saw a dog like Dexter, who was so afraid, be so helped by this line of products, I knew I wanted to talk to them. So I asked the folks at a company called Pet Releaf, and I'm going to show you one of their products right now. They're called Pet Relief, and they make CBD for pets, for dogs and cats, and they stand out above any other CBD company that I've ever heard of or worked with. I've been in the pet industry for 16 years. I've been a dog mom for my entirety of my life. I've raised 3 Cocker Spaniels, and I've rescued numerous others. And when we first started looking for a CBD, number one, I found out that it's not regulated, even though it's legal. So you definitely want to clear anything with your veterinarian. I'm not a veterinarian. I'm a journalist. I'm a pet product expert, and I'm someone who devotes her entire life and career to the betterment of dogs. Always talk to your vet. Well, when CBD products for pets first came on the market, it was the Wild West. It still is. I mean, you can go to online and Google it, and you'll just see thousands and thousands. I stuck with Pet Relief because it works, but also because I saw what happened when I stopped giving my dog Pet Relief. It was very similar to a story that happened to me. I'm a migraine sufferer, and I was under the care of a neurologist about 20 years ago. I still am. And she had given me a prescription, and it was 60 milligrams. She said, Carol, take this at bed, 60 milligrams. And our first magic word for Club Cocker is river. So she said, take this at bedtime, and that's going to help prevent migraines. And after 4 months, it wasn't helping to prevent migraines. So I stopped. So I saw her later that year, and she said, how's it going with the 60 milligrams? And I said, Dr. Dorothy, I stopped it because it didn't do anything. And she said, why would you do that? We need to titrate. And that was my first introduction to that word. We need to titrate up. Maybe 60 didn't work, but 80 milligrams of that medicine might work. And guess what? 80 milligrams of that prescription is what prevents 90% of my migraines to this day. And that was over 20 years ago. So titration is important in the CBD field as well. And as I said, not all CBD is created equal. And so that's why I'm going to talk to you today about Pet Relief. All right, so in order to give you the best overview of CBD pet products, Pet Relief, and I'll hold one of these up, extracts from the entire hemp plant. It relieves all the beneficial cannabinoids from the hemp plant, including the CBD. So from there, their products are made without any kind of grain or fillers or corn or gluten or soy or dairy, none of those yucky chemicals that are in it. And then once they're done, they put it through a third-party laboratory test to make sure it's potent, it's quality, and it's effective. And Pet Relief, ironically, is the first and the only brand to get program certifications from NASC, the U.S. Hemp Authority, and USDA Organic on some of their products. So I love companies that stand behind where they're grown, how they're grown, what their transparency level is, and that they genuinely care about pet parents. All right, so I'm going to go through some of the products, why you should use them from your dog. And if you're playing along in Club Cocker, the next word is island. The next word is island. Okay, let's start off with Daily Relief 200. Even though my Cocker Spaniel Alvin does not need CBD at this point for his nerves or anything, Pet Relief makes a formula that supports long-term health of your dog. You'll get a bottle, and for a 1 to 25-pound dog, I would give him 0.75 milliliters per day. And so you'll open the package, and I want to actually show you what the bottle looks like. He would get 0.75 milliliters a day of Daily Relief. Okay. And I give that to him in the morning and I give that to him at night. It's just good for long-term health. All the cannabinoids that are in it. I just want him to have something that as a 2-year-old Cocker Spaniel could support his growth and his overall well-being. So if nothing else, and you're like, I just don't know where to start, Daily Relief 200. And what's nice about that is they also make edibles. They're called Edibites. And I happen to have a bag here. I'll show you. If your dog has some tummy upset, if your dog has digestion issues, you could support with Pet Relief Digestive Relief. These are the sweet potato pie flavor. They come in others. And what you would do is just give your dog as many as needed, up to twice a day by the weight of the dog. So for example, 40 to 50 pounds gets 1 or 2 of these per day. 1 in the morning, 1 at night. It just helps support their gut. It helps support their wellness. And I know people who have used them and have said that thanks to the marshmallow root, thanks to the hemp extract, thanks to the organic ground ginger in them, they see a difference in their dog. That might be all your dog needs. So Digestive Relief, that's another one with extra calming support. All right. Now, some of you might be thinking, you know, I want to give my dog CBD. I don't know where to start. There's so many. And you're right. There are. And the third word for those of you following along in Club Cocker is snowing. The word is snowing. So if you have no idea where to start and you have a 30-pound dog, you can call Pet Releaf. They could walk you through. This is where I started with my Dexter. That's the daily relief for Alvin, and I started with stress relief, okay? And what that is the same thing. He was 25 pounds, so I gave him 0.75 milliliters a day, twice a day. I just would pull his cheek back, and I could do that on Stunt Dexter. Pull his cheek back right here and drop it into the back of his mouth, massage a little. Just tastes like a plain oil. I've tried it myself. And what's nice is it actually has organic ashwagandha in it to support calming behavior. And it didn't happen overnight. I saw no difference. And then it didn't happen the next day. So I called Pet Relief and they said you could titrate up. When I was giving this to Dexter twice a day at a half in the morning and a half a vial at evening, I would bump up on stress days with one treat, one Eddie bite. It made the biggest difference. He didn't get tired. He just seemed mellow. And only on 4th of July, when it was just the Wild West outside, would I actually have to give him something a little stronger. But this is where I would start, and it comes in different dosages, okay? There's all sorts of formulas. So when you go on the Pet Relief site, you'll see liposomes, and that's a more highly delivered formula based on the liposomal texture. You can look into that on the website. And you're saying, Carol, there's so many. What should I do? That's just it. The beauty of it is you could start small, titrate up. If you really, what you're paying for, when you see the prices, is the amount, the mgs of the CBD in it. So you'll see Stress Relief 600, or you'll see Ultra Relief 100, okay? That means in this entire bottle, there's 100 milligrams of CBD per bottle versus Stress Relief has 600 milligrams. It's more potent. If I were giving this to my dog and he was 30 pounds, I would give him a half a vial twice a day and see how 600 milligrams works. See how it works? It's just like people. You have to see what works and how to titrate up and when. Okay. The next word for those of you following along is crispy. So if you hear the word crispy, you want to make sure about that. Okay, so if your dog doesn't need any sort of calming relief, calming support, they have paws, right? They have fur, they have skin, they have a coat, right? I love treating my dog, and I'm sure you do too, from the inside out. So one of the things that we use around our house on a regular basis is called the Pet Relief Skin and Paw Relief Topical. I actually use this for myself. You're going to get your dog. You're going to tell them what a good puppy they are. And you see this? It looks just kind of like a roll-on deodorant. You're just going to glide that on your dog's paws. On your dog's paws. You could actually even put it on any boo-boos. And what's nice about it, it says it right on the front, it supports healthy skin and it reduces external irritation. 50 milligrams of cannabidiol for this entire container. And it also has some other yummy good things in it. And you can read that right on the side. I love it. It smells great. It's conditioning. And after my dog comes back from a walk and I do a tick check on him, this is a great thing to put on their paws before and or after. Okay, but that's going to take care of the paws. Well, what about the rest of the coat? I love Pet Relief because they make skin and coat relief shampoo for dry and itchy skin. They have it for sensitive skin. They have a conditioner. And if you're following along in the group, the next word is flavor. Flavor. And it's a nice shampoo. Oh my gosh, it just smells clean. I wish you could smell that. It smells earthy and it smells sublime and it really has a nice scent to it. And what's beautiful is that if you use the frothing mixture, the frothing technique, which I'll put in the comments, this froths up so well. You only need to use a tiny amount. This bottle could literally last you a year or 2 years using the frothing method on, say, a Cocker Spaniel sized dog. Okay. Now, Carol, my dog just doesn't go for oil. I can't get it in her throat. She won't open her mouth. Ah. Daily Relief Capsules. This is for dogs like that who you just can't get the oil in, and you could pop it in their food. Here's what it looks like. I have a bottle right here. See that? They're capsules. And in each bottle, supporting long-term health, 450 mgs of CBD for this entire bottle. So it's all about the methodology. It's all about what suits your pet best. It's all about what your pet can tolerate, and it's all about titration. Now, I could go on and on and on about how many products Pet Relief has, but the folks there could tell you more about that. And I wanted to do this unboxing because people think all CBD is created equal, and I'm here to tell you it is 100% not. Now, if you want to do something a little bit extra and you want to try some of the liposomal oils, that's something that I recently got into as well. I'm trying to find the box for you to show you the liposomal oils. Yeah. And what liposomes are is you get the CBD, 100 milligrams of CBD, but it also has omega-rich wild Alaskan pollock oil without any solvents or anything negative like that. So you could give your dog their fish oil, their CBD all in one, and it's great when you take it before meals. I love this for allergy season. Do you have an itchy dog? Do you have a dog with arthritis? This is something that I love. And you can interchange these two. Yes, you could use this with the paw, with the shampoo, with the CBD. You typically can't overdose. You could make your dog sick if you just constantly were to feed them this all day long, 24/7. Anybody would get sick. But you could call the folks at Pet Relief and talk to them. And the last two words for anyone following along for international folks are airplane and family from Club Cocker. So what I would recommend that you do is check out Daily Relief, check out Digestive Relief, check out Ultra Relief, but visit Pet Relief. They even have this awesome formula called Senesta, which I would encourage you to read more about. It's just for longevity and changing. It's a game changer in the pet industry. Monitor your dog's reaction, try different products, and log them into your dog minder, which I'll link to as well. That's a $10 journal that I have on Amazon that you could tell when you gave your dog something, what their reaction was, and how much you dosed. So from Dexter Stunt Double and from Alvin and from myself, I hope you all learned something today. Pet Relief is one of my favorite brands, and I encourage you to stop by, check them out, try them out, titrate, and don't give up after one attempt because it's not one and done. It's something you have to build up in their system. And if you use code FIDOS20, and I'll put that in the comments, you'll get 20% off your first order. So thanks for following along. I'm Carol Bryant, my Heart Beats Dog. And until next time, take care. Tell your dogs I said hello.